Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out once again. This is the Mental Conditioning Gym online membership press conference for our very first group session. You know who I am. I'm Coach Elliot Allen. And listen, I am so very, very excited. It was just an unbelievable night. This was the very first Mental Conditioning Gym online membership group session. You know, I had such excitement when I came up here and we announced it in the press conference a few days ago. I told you guys it felt like a very big pay-per-view that we have been anticipating for quite some time. One champion on this side, one champion on this side, and a great undercard to be able to follow. But sometimes, you know what, when those things happen, you get to that night and after it's over, you do the press conference, kind of like, you know what, didn't live up to the billing. But this one lived up to the billing and beyond. And so I'm very excited about what went on here today. We had some outstanding mental sparring. We just had some, I simply call them life fighters. And let me just tell you, the fighters that came to the Mental Conditioning Gym online membership tonight were just unbelievable fighters. I mean, iron sharpens iron. Each fighter that came into the gym tonight, we pushed each other to the point of exhaustion. We cornered each other at times, and we battled out of it at times, and we, gave each other water at times, close up the cut at times, but we battled together. This was one hell of a mental conditioning gym session. I'm very proud to be a part of it. I want to thank all the fighters that showed up and really, really, really put it all out there. As I said, they added so much value to exactly what the night was all about. Because again, many times you put together things like this and you're not really sure how it's going to go, particularly for the first time. And for me, each and every time I do something is basically like the first time that I'm doing it. So I always take the same approach to each event that we do. This is your first chance. This is your last chance. So you better give it everything you got, my man. And so everybody tonight gave everything that they had. If you missed it, you missed a good one. You missed some great sparring. That's what this is all about. That's what the mental conditioning movement is really all about. Us training for clarity, training together for clarity. And we were able to do that tonight in such a way that, everybody should be very, very proud that came in the ring, in the mental conditioning ring tonight and sparred. And like I said, we look forward to continuing and adding on and be able to have, more great fighters come through. But thank you again for everybody, for all the support, everybody that, watched the previous press conferences. And I'm going to take this time just to thank everybody who's been supporting the whole mental conditioning movement. And of course, supporting the Mental Conditioning Gym online membership. You need to get involved because we're growing from here. And if you don't know how to do it, again, you're going to go to www.mentalconditioninggym.com. And you will see in their membership, you can sign up right there on the spot. We are growing, and I'm not gonna keep be long because it was a very long night. I'm exhausted from the training. I got hit a few times myself, but we get up and we keep on moving. I'm gonna take one or two questions, and I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I'm gonna call it a day. Anybody got anything out there? Tony. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, buddy. How's everything going?
Good. How's everything going?
All right, man.
Yeah, I know you had a pretty good amount of men tonight in the session. How was that? Was that a challenge to you? Would you say?
Yeah, you know what? We definitely had a little bit more than what we expected. A lot of fighters showed up here, and it was a little bit of a challenge. But sometimes challenges is what we need to be able to push forward, to be able to get through it, and really make sure that all the points. All the mental points that were put on the table were received. And, I think that as the rounds went on, we got so much better. Some of the early rounds were a little bit rough to get all of the information in there, but we settled in and we really, really, really worked together so well. And I'm so very, very excited and so very, very proud about that camaraderie and how we were able to, again, get all of the pieces on the table and work together in some excellent sparring. Listen, when you spar in the gym, the purpose of sparring is to gather information and to make each other better for the real fight, which we're going to deal with in life. But yes, we had a lot of people here, a lot of guys that came, and we handled it extremely well, particularly by the time we got to about the third or fourth round, and we went at least 15, 16 rounds today. So by the time we got to that third or fourth round, we had a good rhythm going, and we're looking to now, we know we can do more, so we're looking to even add even more to the roster. Another question.
Coach,
Tina. Tina.
Hi, Tina. Thanks. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you. I received that. Thank you. So today was the men. Okay. How do we feel like today's work is going to help us get ready for next week, which is ladies only?
Yes, I knew he was. One person I knew was going to be back here was going to be Tina. So I knew he was going to be come and ask me something along those lines. So again, the work that we did was extremely powerful today. Iron sharpens iron, but it also was very, very important. As I told the guys today, this is a piece that we're sticking with the same theme here, and this quality married men. What's the job description? So in order for us to do that now, we needed to get that down on paper, which I have. And I have that information clearly put down. So now when we get into the gym and the ladies come next week, I have something to present to them. They're going to be able to give me their side of the story about what they believe a quality man is and what the job description is. But we got a little more information for them. That they're going to be coming in not cold, but they'll be getting it from the horse's mouth directly. That these men were able to lay it out there with clarity, with confidence. And that was special to me to really have the guys put it out there where we didn't leave there and I'm not really sure what we got. I know what we got. I got it in my notes. And so that's going to be a great tool for the ladies to be able to feed off of next week when we come back here, October the 15th. So I expect to see you actually in the training session next week, Tina. I hope you'll be there.
I'll actually be there. Thank you.
Okay, great. One more.
Coach over here, Coach.
Ron.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for the support. You're always coming out. Thanks.
I always love it, man. Listen, I know you had a session today. I just want to know, what was that conversation like? I know the topic today was quality married men. What is the job description? Does the conversation always stay on topic?
Yeah, I mean that's a big part of training. You know what I mean? It's just like, again, I'm gonna use a boxing analogy. When you go into the gym and you spar on certain things that you want to happen on fight night, but you can't stick to that. In order for you to really become the best fighter that you can be, that you need to be, you have to be well-rounded. So you have to be able to learn how to get off the track and do other things. And that's exactly what we did tonight. The guys, we know we're here to train about that topic, but they was able to really branch to the different pieces, and we were able to cover so many different things, which was so very, very powerful. Outside of that, yes, everything is relatable to being a quality married man and what is the job description behind that, but at the same time, there's so many pieces to that, so many pieces that we were able to go here, and we weren't afraid, and the guys were able to contribute things and turn up the heat in ways that, listen, you have to be in it to understand exactly what I'm saying, but the heat was turned up in such ways that the information was so powerful all across the board, being able to deviate from that topic, but at the same time sticking in there and going back to Tina's question, we got the information that we need to be able to talk to the ladies next week, and then in 2 weeks we'll be able to put it all on the table and get it on in a huge extravaganza for the undisputed title on that particular day. So I'm excited about it. I want to say thank you for you guys for coming out and covering this event. I hope to see you out here again next week as we cover the ladies. Again, thank you for all the mental sparring fighters, the life fighters that came out tonight. You guys just did an unbelievable job. It was a pleasure to be involved with this. It was a pleasure to be in that gym training and putting up the mitts of life. So everybody have a great night. I gotta go get something to eat.